Hi, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle this week. How are things going? My week has been going really well. I have been um, having a good amount of time with myself and kind of checking in with myself, seeing how everything's going. I find when the seasons change, I kind of change with the seasons. It's fall now, and I'm definitely feeling more home and wanting to cook more and spend more time inside of this little happy nook that I created. Um, this week, I wanted to start out with a quote, and I've been having a little more time where I can read. I love reading. I used to read voraciously all the time, just books on books on books. So I've kind of been going back to the books that I have, and I've been going to the library a little more, and I loaned out a lot of books, and they've been coming back in. And I think I've talked about this before, but I was reading a book called Heart Talk, and one of the quotes in this book was, "Falling down does not make us who we are. Standing up does," end quote. And that is Cleo Wade, and the book is called Heart Talk. And when I was reading this kind of brought up feelings for me that, I've been going through so many transitional life changes, which we talk about pretty much on every episode. And I get so many feedback from people, from you guys, from listeners that tell me, hey, I've been going through the same thing or whatever. But I think sometimes that we don't realize that sometimes by falling down, the real courageous thing about falling down is getting back up. So for me, I find excitement in starting over, and I find excitement about getting back up, because that's where I feel like the real resilience lies. And it makes us so much stronger, and we can create another story, we can recreate ourselves, and we can really be literal phoenixes coming from the ashes. We can really be that. And that's the most exciting and scary thing to me. Again, that quote was, "Falling down does not make us who we are. Standing up does." And I would really like to know if, there's something that you can take from that quote. Because I know that there's a lesson in that for everyone. It really struck me when I read it. And also, I start my days out with gratitude, which is what we talked about a lot too. And I try to write some down every morning, or when I get ready to light my incense as a ritual, I usually say 3 things that I'm grateful for before I continue with my day. And today when I woke up, I said, I'm grateful for my mind and the ability to always start fresh creatively. And that meant a lot to me. I woke up today and I ran some things to my shop, and I was like, I wanted to go get coffee and sit down and really start to brainstorm fresh ideas for the podcast. And I came up with a wonderful format. It's going to be really great going forward. I'm super excited for it. And I also talked to some people that I know, and I asked them something that they were grateful for. I happened to send it to my nephew, Jojo, and he said he was grateful for to be blessed, to have a family that loves me. I'm grateful every day that my granddad's legacy lives on through me. I'm grateful that I have something going on for me in life. I just want to say I cried. I cried in the coffee shop, y'all. And once I started getting them flowing into me, I had this really crazy, overwhelming sense of joy that came over me just from reading other people's texts of things they were grateful for, because some of them are things that you just wouldn't even believe, because they seem like this is so natural. Like, would anybody think to be grateful for that? Wow, 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 wow. I was taken aback. I wanted to call you guys to gratitude as well. Email me at realtalkwithmichelle@gmail.com and leave something that you're grateful for. I would love to be able to read it. If you want it to be anonymous, you can have it be anonymous if you don't mind if I use your first name or just call you by your last name. I would love to feature something that you're grateful for on the podcast as well. I would love to just wake up every day and see little blurbs from you about things that you're grateful for. It would make me feel so happy. Yeah, so that's kind of all I wanted to do on this episode. I wanted to leave you with something to think about, which is the quote, "Falling down does not make us who we are, standing up does." Again, that is a quote from Cleo Wade from Heart Talk. And I want you to be grateful for something today. Make sure you email me at realtalkwithmichelle@gmail.com and tell me what you're grateful for. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. Hey guys, a few quick things before we go. You can now listen to Real Talk with Michelle on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. Make sure you rate, subscribe, and review. You can also listen to Real Talk with Michelle on YouTube, and that's the page, Real Talk with Michelle. Make sure you subscribe there as well and hit the notification button so you can know every time I post an episode. You don't want to miss it. You can like the Facebook page, Real Talk with Michelle, and you can also follow me on Instagram at Dreamshell, and that's DreamChelle, to kind of get a little more in depth with me and follow me around and kind of see what I do on a daily. Make sure you email me those gratitudes at realtalkwithmichelle@gmail.com or any other questions that you have. And you can also leave me a voice note in Anchor. I love those. Thank you so much for leaving those. And if you want to support Real Talk with Michelle, you can visit anchor.fm. That's anchor.fm/Real Talk with Michelle /support and help sustain future episodes. Thanks for tuning in to Real Talk with Michelle.